Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCast, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like the dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to Wrasslin where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improve like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Yeah.
Hey, welcome to Wrasslin with them Wrasslin boys. I'm the POT alongside my tag team partner Big E, and we're here to bring you another episode of premium wrestling content. What's going on, bro?
Bro, what's going on? How your Saturday been, dog?
Man, my grandmother, Miss Anna Taylor, she had her 90th birthday today, and we had a real nice party for her. We saw a lot of family I ain't seen in a while, aunts and uncles and cousins, and there was a lot of church friends of hers that I never met, heard about, and it was a beautiful occasion, man. You know, 90s is a beautiful thing, and it's always good to see family, especially something that you haven't seen in a long, long time. Man.
Yeah. Hey, man, 90 is bonus time. Now, it took me to make it that far. You know, so happy birthday, Granny, Miss Ann Taylor. Yes, sir. That's what's up, man.
And one thing I will say about my granny, man, she's the life of the party, you know.
Yeah.
so you know, there's probably maybe about 50 to 60 people that showed up. So it was a pretty cool occasion.
That's what's up. Absolutely, that's what's up. Well, hey, man, it's welcome to Wrasslin. And we're gonna be this is episode 30, the Dirty 30, and we're gonna be doing shooting the shit once again. We're just gonna talk about some topics that's going on this past couple of weeks, some things that's been happening, some things that we agree with, some things we don't agree with. So we're gonna voice our opinion today and have a little fun. But before we do all that, we're gonna do our first giveaway on Welcome to Wrasslin. And I went back and looked at all the episodes as far as the comments and the likes and see who was the most consistent. And man, I'm gonna have to go with Keith Dollar, and we got something for him. I got him a autographed Brooklyn Brawler 8x10. You know what I'm saying? For
yeah.
Check it, and I know that's your boy. So check in with me. Let me get that address so I can get it out to you. So yeah, man, and everybody that's listening, all the subscribers, man, appreciate y'all listening. Keep watching, keep liking, keep commenting. And if you ain't subscribed, subscribe to the channel immediately. Stop watching this and go subscribe to the channel, and then come back. So stop what you're doing, go subscribe, turn this off, go subscribe, and then come back. It's got a pause button and everything. You come right back. So
absolutely.
right. But yeah, man, shout out to Keith Dollar, man. Been the most consistent, most as far as liking and commenting on stuff. So man, please keep it up. And yeah, man, we appreciate you. So we got something for you. And we know you're a big Brooklyn Brawler fan, so I got something for you. So holla at me. So let's just jump into it, man. I got a few topics I know I want to talk about. I know you got a few. So let's no holds barred, man. It ain't got to be in no order, man. Just let's hear it. I want to hear some opinions, and I want to hear what you've been thinking about this week and the week before as far as what's been going on in the wrestling world.
Well, I want to start off with Goldberg. Let's start off with him.
Well,
comments
there goes
made.
The whole show.
Yeah, comments made. now I see both sides of this. For those of you that don't know, Goldberg was very upset about how Saturday night's main event ended.
Oh no, he
As
wasn't
far as
upset. He said he was pissed.
well, that's
Those were
upset to
his
me,
words.
but I get what you're saying. There's levels to it, but you want
Right.
to
He
be
said
Mr.
he was pissed.
Technical
Don't say he was
all of a
upset.
sudden. That's
Yeah.
my role. I'm the
Right.
practical one. That's my
I'm
role.
the
Stay in your lane.
right.
But okay, that's cool. That's cool. But to your point, he was pissed.
Right.
And now I do see one side. I do see. Okay, he's giving the speech, and on network television, they cut the speech off prematurely on network television. Also, we don't know how much longer that Seth Rollins match was going to take place, right? When he suffered an injury. What we do know is they had to go home early in that match. Now, how did they not get the timing? I know they were probably scrambling, and this is stuff that's above our pay grade. We're not bookers, we're not behind the scenes, we're not Triple H wearing a headset. However, how do they have to fill in more time, but allegedly within this match that they had, and then they wasn't able to get the whole speech in? That is piss poor. Now, the flip side of it, what the fuck is he talking about? Who gets a speech during their last match? Well, tell me, when did that happen? He
Listen.
talked about the Undertaker. They wouldn't have did that to the Undertaker. They wouldn't have did that to HBK. I don't recall Ric Flair didn't even have a speech after his match. Yeah, they came on Raw the next night or something like that, but nobody had a speech after their last match on TV. What? Riddle me that. When did that happen?
Let me jump in and say, first of all, with the injury, okay, with the Seth Rollins injury, they did a commercial break where
Right.
he was talking to Paul Heyman, he was talking to the doctor, talking to the referee. Okay, they came back. You don't know how much time was lost. So,
Right.
and for it's live, pal. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is live television. This is network television at that. So they gave you Saturday night's main event. You got the main event for the title. You got a shot at the title, and it's in your hometown. What more should your spoiled punk ass get besides all that? So yeah, you had a match was 14 minutes. You haven't had a match that long in 20 years. Seriously, you haven't had a match that
Right.
long in 20 years. You didn't hurt anybody. You didn't hurt yourself. Your pride is hurt, but that's about it because they cut you off. Either you
All
take
because of the
time from
speech.
the match or you take time from the speech. Which one would you take from? I'm saying, like, you did a 14-minute match. You want to chop it down to 10
Right.
minutes? The live crowd got to hear it. YouTube will get to carry it. It'll go crazy over social media and all that stuff. So wherein lies the real problem? And then, that's not even my big problem anymore. If you watch the whole thing, they ask him, is this it? Well, technically, you know.
Right. He's still, yeah.
Yeah,
Right.
like, I don't. And then he kept saying, I'm not a complainer.
So we're
And
gonna
then,
put him in the Bret Hart box. The Bret Hart box.
I'm going to tell you this right here. You put him in Bret Hart as far as being a mark for himself. You put him over there
That's what
with,
I'm talking about.
and no, speak ill of the dead or Roddy Piper. Because you talk about the Undertaker, you're not the Undertaker. You're nowhere near you're a legend. So really, you was only really active from 97 to 2004. And then short little stints after that when you come back, and got more
Right.
stuff you deserved when you came back. when you beat Kevin Owens. You know, I mean, come on, man. So that's my problem is this fool might try to show up at AEW or something and try. There should be, this should be it. There should be no more Goldberg. None. And you talk about the Undertaker. Undertaker, they did his last match was during COVID with AJ Styles. And then they did the Hall of Fame for him, which they did something special for him, which he deserved. You know what I'm saying? But guaranteed he had a time limit.
I mean, isn't Goldberg already a Hall of Famer, though? Like, he already had that moment. I get this is his last match. Man. But come on, man. Who has a speech after their last match? HBK didn't have no speech after his last match after he lost.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Flair didn't have no speech after his match.
They hugged their family and walked off. They hugged their family at the guardrail and walked down the aisle. I bet you this man really wanted, and then he says he can tell it all in 2 weeks because I guess his contract is up. So what is there to tell? Like, what's the big deal? Like, they didn't have to do this shit in the first place. They really could have said, kiss our ass. We can't do that for you, Goldberg. We want our talent to be safe. We ain't got time to be booking you in the nut. Hold on 1 second. Listen, I think the Goldberg situation, that door should be closed from here on out. Go do signings and stuff with the rest of them guys at the Comic-Cons and stuff, and go talk about your cars and all that, bro. He just sounds so so ungrateful.
I agree.
Because they didn't have to do it. They did not have to say, and I'm sure a lot of people wanted to see that. It ain't nothing like seeing the legends coming back for one more time, and no matter who it is, you're gonna watch them.
I mean, I was okay. I was cool with the match and everything. I had no problem with how it ended or any of that. I just was very upset about this man. I mean, I get it. Again, my first part, I did say, okay, y'all gonna have the speech. Especially, we don't know the whole Seth Rollins match situation. But what if they added minutes to the Goldberg Gunther match, or however that played out? How did they not get that speech in if they knew this man was gonna have a speech? I feel them. They dropped the ball. But the other side is, who in the hell has a speech after their last match?
Man, nobody's had that before, man.
So for him to try to bring in the Undertaker, HBK, and he even talk about Cena, his last run, the current run. Howard, come on, man.
Like, but your careers don't even I mean, he still thinks that the streak should have never ended.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
I mean, come on, man. Bro, you can't, you're not Andre the Giant. First of all, you know what I'm saying? You had, I don't remember what the number was. It was crazy how many.
173-0 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. But I mean, come on. You had an amazing run in WCW. You did some stuff. I mean, I don't sit here and say you've hurt people to a certain extent, like the stuff with Bret Hart. I mean, the way Bret Hart tells it, they both got different stories.
Yeah.
But it's the let's just be honest. We love this business, but we are not in it. It's the risk you take signing up to go in there. You're gonna get hurt. It just all depends on how much and how bad.
Right.
Some people don't make it out. Some people do. Some people make it walking out. Some people don't. It's the risk you take for living your dream.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it is. So, but is he the best technical wrestler? Absolutely not.
Yeah.
You know, he's not the greatest in-ring performer. And you never hear Bill Goldberg on anybody's Mount Rushmore.
Oh,
So
hell no.
there you go. That's all you need to know right there. You ask any wrestling fan that's not from and whoever hates the WWE, love WCW, and is a Georgia fan and a Falcon fan, and they might put Goldberg on they and they
I
don't even
mean,
watch
I
it.
was
They don't even
upset.
watch it anymore. That'd be the only way he get on somebody's Mount
I
Rushmore.
I was upset when they were promoting the matches. They was promoting him as the greatest WCW champion ever. Like I almost
That's
threw up in my
ludicrous,
mouth.
though. That's ridiculous. It's just like, and like I say, we don't want to speak ill will of the dead, all right? But it's just like WrestleMania when you had The Rock, Stone Cold, and Hogan out there in the middle of the ring. And all Roddy Piper could say on his podcast is, it was great, but if you wanted to be better, all you had to do was hit the bagpipes. For what? For what? You're not The Rock. You're not Hogan, you know. And no matter what people think about Hogan, it's like you can't take away what he did for the business. You know what I'm saying?
Oh
Whether
no,
you like,
he's on the Rushmore. I don't care what anybody say, like him or not.
right. Yeah. And you know, you know, and everybody has a job because of that man.
Right.
I mean, he carried it through the 80s when it was bad time for wrestling, you know, and Hulkamania was sales. So, or it did, you know, it's a new era now. But like I say, you can't take away from what he did, you
Right.
know. And, but Bill Goldberg, man, be done with you, dog. Go away. Do not go to any other promotions unless it's go to somebody's backyard wrestling promotion. Go back there and do some of the matches. Do not come back to TV where we got to watch you wrestle anymore. You got away with that match. Gunther held him through. He didn't do nothing but sell most of the match. You got your 14 minutes in. They cut they cut his speech off. Man, so what? So what? Nobody gets a speech after that. You didn't deserve to get one anyway. Don't, and to be so ungrateful for what they done for you. Come on, man. Ridiculous. Ridiculous. It really shows you what type of people a person he really is. You know what I'm saying? You're not even a whole 2 weeks away and you already bashing the company. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, man. The hell with Goldberg, dog. The hell with him.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're going to be next to keep talking that shit.
the hell with Goldberg. The hell. You know what? You're next. I know, hey, not the way he gave that Gunther that jackhammer. I know he can't get me up. And I ain't helping. I ain't kicking my legs up.
It still spear your ass.
Hey, I'll put my knee up, dog. I'm straight heel, dog. Nope. You did it on purpose and so did. Absolutely. And we both over here hurt. Who's next? Man, the streak should have never ended. This motherfucker want to be 2000 and old, man. No, absolutely not.
Hell, they probably had a hard time to get him to lose to Gunther.
Man, doesn't work for
I
me,
bet you he
brother.
had a scenario. I bet you he wanted to win and like
You
retire.
know he did.
Yeah.
I think it should just, you know, with my legendary status, I should just go out on top. Man, scrub. No, bro, if you'd have did that, Triple H would have fired himself if he did that.
There's a lot of people that also was thinking, and we'll never know unless it comes out later, but there's a lot of people that was thinking that maybe he would beat Gunther and then Seth would
Yeah, and then
cash in
Seth
Money
would
in the
cash
Bank.
in.
Yeah,
No,
but
it still would
yeah,
have been wrong.
yeah,
Still would have
yeah.
been wrong.
I wouldn't like that either.
No, I want to see if I would want. Well, you know, you ain't gonna see it for a long time now, but no, I want to see Seth and Gunther go at it. I don't want to see no crap like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Especially with Goldberg. What is this man going? Man, just beat Jey Uso. You know, beat which cop then he gonna lose to Goldberg.
Right.
You're like, come on, man. Then
Now,
what
if they did
do you
have
do
that
with Gunther?
scenario
You do
though,
that, huh?
but let's say if it was okay, Gunther wins the match like he did, and then of course Seth cashed in on
I've been
Gunther,
fine with that.
and of course they'll have a real match at the next
If
SummerSlam or
yeah,
whatever, right?
if Goldberg
But
would have gave if Goldberg would have gave Gunther 3 spears in a row, and then Goldberg was just dead dog tired and just fought trying to pin him, and then next thing you know, Gunther turns him over, chokes him out,
right,
and then Seth comes down and then cashes in like that. I got no problem with that because you know they're gonna put on a show
right,
at
when
the
they
next match they have.
right.
But no, you let Goldberg win, then you got to take Gunther out the equation. He just lost to
Well,
Goldberg.
see, all that tells me is that then that was never a scenario because
It better not have been.
why is there so much emphasis on Goldberg's speech? I don't think he would have been doing a speech if Seth would have cashed in on either one of them. You get what I'm
Nah,
saying? Yeah.
nah,
So yeah, I don't
that
think
wasn't
that
gonna
would.
happen.
Yeah.
No. And they were still building the story because you still got Seth was beefing with everybody,
Right.
but they still building the story. So let's go into that and talk about the Seth Rollins injury and what kind of mix up it's causing right now. Because
Right.
we had to, and we can just go ahead and bring Tribal Chief in because he made his return on Monday. Is that the reason
Right.
why? Is he coming back early because Seth is hurt and we need another superstar?
Right. That's possible.
You know, so what I do know is we got CM Punk and Gunther at SummerSlam.
Right.
Okay. Braun Breaker, are they gonna put him in the mix? Like this, take Seth Rollins like spot with the wise man, and now he's running that little crew, the Oracle. Because that's what it kind of looked like the way he was praising him, which Paul Heyman praises everybody in the group, but you know, I don't know, man. What I do know is they was panicking when it happened. I know that.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, because first of all, you know, it ain't like, you know, good thing he wasn't a champ. That would have been crazy.
Right.
You know, because then you got to go through the thing where, you know, you got to do the qualifying matches and all this stuff, and you know, so.
Well, I will say this. I thought something that was very interesting on Raw. Is, of course, we was curious how was they gonna play that, and I know they still scrambling, they still trying to figure this out. However, you notice that right now with the briefcase, it was just like, oh, well, he has a whole, till June or whatever to cash this in. So sounds like right now, I know we still don't know the severity of his injury, the
Right.
timetable. However, I guess June is 11 months away, right?
Yeah.
So people come back from ACL
About
that
9.
we don't know if it's 8. Yeah, by 9 months
About
is
9. A
still
hard working, going hard wrestler
Seth
trying to get
Rollins.
back in the ring. Yeah, about 9
Yeah.
months. Because it takes, you
So
know, because it's supposed to be 12.
so it
It's supposed to be about
sounds
a
like
year.
So it sounds like they're going to keep the money in the bank in his possession, right? That was kind of how they portrayed it. We don't know what's going to happen later,
Right.
but right
But he would
now,
have to, like, if they stick to that storyline, then he would have to cash it in almost immediately when he comes
immediately,
back. Yeah,
which they can do that though. I mean, you're right though.
absolutely.
The element of surprise probably won't be there no more. It might maybe like okay at you know backlash or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm thinking backlash around May or I'm just
Could you
thinking,
could you
he don't
imagine
got much
not
time.
could you imagine not seeing Paul Heyman and those guys for 11 months, and then all of a sudden his music hits at one of these PLEs, and then Paul
Right.
Heyman walks out, he just comes and then grabs the briefcase and just takes off down there. Yeah, that place go crazy.
That would be
He'll
a
be
trip.
Yeah, he had to be a babyface for the first week.
Especially if they don't promote him coming back. Because you
Right,
know how
right.
we'll forget about I mean not really forget about them, but
But it's not going to be
even like
in your mind all the time. Oh, it's getting close to when Seth
right,
Rollins has to come back.
right, right,
Like you say, if they don't promote it, then you have the element of surprise a little bit.
right, right.
Somebody's going to be thinking, "Oh, I told you he would be back on June the 14th."
Yeah, probably one of us. But yeah,
Right,
it's gonna be one of the websites.
right. So, um, Roman Reigns is back. Came and helped Jay and not Jay, but Jimmy and CM Punk embrace Jimmy Uso, and then embrace Jay Uso, and but wouldn't help CM Punk up.
Right.
Just looked at him, but it went off the air with him talking to the camera, talking, mess to Bronson and Bronson Reed and Brian Breaker 2-4. But I'm pretty sure he had to come back a little bit early. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure. So,
Well,
but he got to be
now
back in the mix.
I think about it this way though. Again, that's possible, especially because of a serious and major injury. Or
Mhm.
let's go back to Saturday night's main event. Let's say that was going to be the tease. Let's say Seth was going to try to cash in, and
Yeah.
Roman was there to
So,
stop that. See, we'll never
yeah.
know because the
Right.
event was held in
Right.
Atlanta. He loves coming to Atlanta because he played football at Georgia Tech. That
Right.
could have been a big pop for the Atlanta crowd. We will never
Yeah.
know though. So maybe he was supposed to come back because he's obviously feuding with them anyway.
Yeah.
And who knows, man? But you could be right though. Maybe they brought him back early. I know SummerSlam. This kind of message. He's going to probably,
But you got to
of
think
course,
SummerSlam is 2
definitely
weeks
probably
away.
gonna be a SummerSlam.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
they.
2
That's what
weeks
I'm
away.
saying. So they gonna,
So you're gonna have Bronson Reed and Braun Breaker against Jey Uso and the Tribal Chief at
That's what it
SummerSlam,
sounds like to me. Yeah.
because it's looking like you're gonna have Jimmy Uso. I mean, it's because you got Big Jim and Jacob. They don't form to look click together,
Right.
and then you got Roman Reigns and Jey Uso over here on Raw together. So that'll be interesting because, first of all, let's just stop and talk about SmackDown for a minute. That stuff with Solo going to jail, man, was hilarious. When they were taking him to the cop car and Cody rolls up. Cody, help me. Cody, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Cody. I don't want to go. And then just out there just, what I'm saying, damn cops, you know what I'm saying? And they put him in there. He was like, I'm sorry. His just, man, and we talked about it before, but it's like every week his personality is just taking him to a different atmosphere, different level. And then the fact that when they locked up Jacob Fatu at first and then brought him back,
Right.
kind of like they did the Goldberg when he was at the Dome, when they took it to the when he was gone, the whole, like, supposedly in in interrogation room during the whole episode, and then they pulled in like 5 minutes before the episode was over with.
The finger poke of doom.
We were there, but yeah, exactly. And then yeah, man, the Falcons came out there. Remember they got the best of Goldberg though during the show,
right?
They spray painted his head and everything. I remember that because watching it on TV when they were spray painting, he started moving his head and stopped selling. You know what I'm saying? Like they weren't supposed to do that. You know what I mean? Like, what a jerk, man. That just shows you right there. You deserve no speech. You deserve no damn speech after the match. Have 45 people in the ring with you. I got friends and family from all over the country. Came to watch me wrestle for 14 minutes on Saturday night's main event in Georgia, in Atlanta. And now you're bashing the company 10 days later. Give me a break, man. What a man. Whatever. Goldberg's done.
10 days later.
Man, he gonna be a reality of wrestling trying to get a match over there at Booker T's school. I want to go out like I want to go out. Come on, man.
He gonna want to go over on Zilla. To stop his push.
Right.
He lost.
He's gonna be on Slammer. He's gonna be on Slammiversary. They got him booked on TNA.
Who's Zilla?
Slammiversary. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So that's different. That's different, man. Shout out Zilla 52, man. Bring that price down. But
welcome to wrestling.
It's welcome to wrestling. But yeah, man, shout out Zilla 52, man. The youngest son of Umaga, R.I.P. Umaga. But yeah, man, he's on his way. And not to speak about dude, because I don't know dude, but I do keep up and watch most of the stuff that he does. And I think, and everybody is so ready for them to jump the gun. And why doesn't he make his main roster debut? He's only been wrestling for like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think he's still on parole. And they're definitely not going to hire you when you're on parole, not WWE, So, but I don't think it's going to be too much longer. Like, they're going to get him in there. But dude is fire though. I like him. I think he's tough, man. He's real humble. He's a lot more humble than you would imagine. And you hear about that about all the Samoans, how cool they really are. You know what I'm saying? Like, just watching the stuff when Jacob Fatu, this is before he got signed with WWE, was at a signing, and Lex Luger's getting pushed out in his wheelchair. And man, Jacob just threw his stuff down and went and helped Luger in the car and grabbed the wheelchair and put it in the back of the, Lex Luger thought he was just a regular old fan helping. But that's just how much respect they got for the guys that, came before them, and just how humble they are. And that's why they are superstars. To me, being humble will take you a long way, Jack.
Dude, I got something I want to touch on Jacob a little later when we get on this other topic.
Okay. All right. But as far as Seth Rollins, man, I like I say, they haven't said exactly what it is yet. They said when they did do the MRI, his knee was too swollen to do the MRI. But like he said, he knows his body. So it had to be bad for him to take LA Knight's finish. It had to be that bad. He has to, and when you've messed something up. And he's had knee injuries before. They know. So, but shout out to Seth Rollins, man. He's a superstar. He'll be back. And hopefully this is not as bad as everybody or he thinks it is, man. And if it is, we know he's gonna work hard and he'll be back. So
It
It's
is.
bad.
It,
It's bad,
it
but it
just.
ain't the end of the world.
It's just very unfortunate because that's like twice when he's in the middle of his May. I mean, he always got pushed, but this like the first
This
time
one
when
was to be the guy.
the right,
The
was just like the
top.
first time when he was after you know
Yeah,
broke off from the Shield and down with the corporate with Triple H and them and hurt his knee the first time while he was champion that time and that run got cut short.
yeah,
And so now, of course, it's years later, totally different Seth Rollins. But now, like you said, now it's back to him where now he's really the guy where they really pushing him. He got his own faction. He got the two young guys. It's almost like another evolution
right,
or legacy with Randy Orton,
right,
or
right.
something like that.
But you also got
And
the addition of the Oracle, so and Paul Heyman. So you
exactly.
knowledge coming from him, and then you got knowledge from the veteran, and then you got the two biggest up and coming monsters in the business right now that got your back and do whatever you say. Like he was,
Right.
you know, what they say they're about to put a rocket up his ass. That's about what kind of push he was about to get.
Right.
So this was the push for it to make him the to put the company in a backpack and put it over his shoulders.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be his year. You know.
Yeah. So and that like you say, it's very unfortunate, very unfortunate. But it's not the end of the world for him. It's a roadblock, but it ain't the end of the world. And he'll be back,
Right.
and he'll be back. So, but yeah. Anything else you wanted to jump on?
Let's talk about Jelly Roll.
Okay, I definitely had that. I wanted to talk about that definitely. Um, Now I've been a fan of Jelly Roll since about '07, '08, when he was right before he went to jail, and his stuff was on MySpace. You could listen to his music on MySpace, but he was locked up, so you just listen to the same stuff. And then he got out, and I've been keeping up with him ever since. And just to watching stuff from back from 2012 when he started in 2013, where the music started getting a little different. He was still rapping, but it was the flow started getting different, and just the stuff that he's doing now. I went to a show about 2 years ago before he doing them stadiums now, dog. They're doing arenas, So, but one of the best shows I've ever been to, man. And you talk about a humble dude. This dude is humble as pie. Loves everybody. Everybody loves him. On a ridiculous weight loss journey right now. He's lost over 200 pounds and is about to live a dream and have a wrestling match at SummerSlam. So, but you want to talk about because I want to talk about the Pat McAfee stuff if that's the same thing you was wanting to talk about.
Yeah, you already know I was going with all that.
Okay. Yeah, well, go ahead.
Well, now I'm gonna let you go in depth with your Pat McAfee
Okay.
story or however you're gonna come with it. But I will say he was on Pat McAfee
Right.
this past Wednesday. Of course,
Mhm.
Jelly Roll this past Wednesday, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't know if he did two shows, but I know he was special guest host of Jimmy Kimmel Live Wednesday night.
Yeah, Monday and Tuesday night. Yeah.
How he had Monday and cause it was Wednesday night
Two
when
night.
he did. Cause it was after the ESPYS, which was
Oh,
Wednesday.
okay. Yeah, it was right afterwards, right after the ESPYs. Yeah.
Right,
Yeah.
right. So, but he was on the Pat McAfee show. Pat
Mhm.
McAfee, they were broadcasting from the Beverly Hills Hotel in
Right.
LA because they was going to participate in the ESPY Awards that
Uh-huh.
evening. So, Jelly was just talking about his journey, as far as him training in Orlando,
Right.
getting ready for this. And I mentioned Jacob Fatu earlier, and Jelly said he been actually living in Orlando past couple weeks and been
Yeah.
training. and he said Jacob Fatu was one of the wrestlers that came up there and worked with him,
Right.
just out of nowhere, and he was very
And Kevin
appreciative.
Owens was helping out.
Kevin Owens for helping out,
Yeah.
and then of course, then the big one was he said the Undertaker and Michelle McCool also came up there and worked with him, and he was like, man, because Jelly obviously he was a wrestling fan, and
Right.
he was like, man, this is like the Undertaker in here, like spending time with me
Right.
and showing me literally the ropes, and I know on the other end of that, they're fans as well. So
Yeah.
they look at it like, man, Jelly Roll in here training to
Right.
do what we do. So hey, let me try to help this man, especially like you said, Jelly's a very humble guy. So he's this big mega country music star,
Yeah.
uh, like one of the top dogs right now. You say he's doing stadium shows now, and so
Yeah.
they look at it like, man, this is cool. It's Jelly Roll in here, but Jelly's like he's a fan. He's like, this is amazing. I'm in here. I've been watching these dudes and women
All his
for
life. Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
So I just really thought that was just it was a feel good story. Even the what they did on Jimmy Kimmel, it was funny and of course with Logan Paul. Shout out Logan Paul, great heel.
Yeah.
Know how to get under
Yeah.
your skin. And even the spot they did with the choke slam on the table was on set. That was pretty cool, man.
Right. Um. Yeah. I think it's a perfect fit to put Randy Orton with him. The thing that got me about the Undertaker coming in there and Michelle McCool, he said he would just got there and they came up and got up on the apron and said, is it okay if we watch for a few minutes? He said
Right.
for 3 hours, they on the top ropes, leaning across, telling him stuff, giving him pointers the whole time. And first of all, they don't have to do that.
No.
They don't have to do that. Especially back in the day, how frowned upon it was to have celebrities and stuff involved. But when you have somebody like a Pat McAfee, a Logan Paul, a Jelly Roll, when they first come in, because excuse me, Logan Paul wasn't there to be no full-time talent,
Right.
but they take the time to understand they already know how hard this sport is. And they already know it's not a joke. You talk about The Miz. The Miz praised Logan about all the work he was doing before he even had the match. They were not taking it as a joke. They take this stuff serious.
Right.
So they're going to get respect from the veterans and the people that are involved, all the superstars involved right now. He's going to earn that. He's already earned their respect by losing over 200 pounds.
Right.
And being serious about it and praises to him for that. Everybody knows how hard it is to lose weight and keep the weight off. And, that ain't no joke. I'm a big guy myself. I know how hard it is to lose it and keep it off and how you feel when you gain it all back, and that is harder to lose it again. And the hardest thing is to always keep it off.
Right. Absolutely.
So shouts out to him, man, and little inside baseball for all you Jelly Roll fans. If you want to see Jelly Roll from back in the day, the gentleman that performs our intro song to Welcome to Wrasslin, Chad Arms. If you go to Chad Arms TV and go deep into the archives, him and Jelly Roll made music together, were good friends and got a lot of footage and a lot of music and a lot of stuff together. So check out Chad Arms anyway, because he's super duper talented. Guy is amazing. If you've been in the music game for over 20 years and it's really slept on. And like I've said before, the man is making an album each month. I mean, each month of this year. You know what I'm saying? He's already got 6 out already. Number 7 is coming out before the end of July. You know what I'm saying? So man is on a mission. So check out Chad Arms TV, Show and Prove Entertainment. If you want to see that old Jelly Roll stuff, Go deep in his archives because it's all there. But just him training, perfect fit with Randy Orton, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre. They're gonna show out. Jelly, he got that choke slam down pat, dog. And even like, you know, when they asked Jelly, when he said, man, and shout out to Austin Theory because he made me look so good. You know, this is how it all got started. You know, when he choke slam, man, the dude was destined to be a superstar because of man, it always goes back to being humble, dog, and being respectful and taking care of business. And I hope he does an amazing job. Like I said, I'm a Jelly Roll fan, super fan. So, but I mean, I think it's gonna be good. Like I said, he's working with different guys, working with Matt Bloom, you know, and taking it serious, dog. He's living down there.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man.
Hey,
one more. Be better than Goldberg.
Why do you have to bring him up again? There's one more name that we can add to that list, though, because you mentioned the Pat McAfee's, you mentioned Logan Paul's, you mentioned now the Jelly Rolls. But shout out Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny was also
Bad Bunny, he killed it.
Yeah, don't want to forget about him and the work he did, his limited time that he spent in the ring.
Right. And if you want to, you know, get away from WWE, well, he was a little bit, but he's done more somewhere else. Is dang, I can't believe the dude from Heels.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, I feel stupid now not being able to remember his name. Ermel or something like that.
Yeah, Stephen Amell.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. But yeah, man, he's one of those guys who's just different, you know.
Right.
But you know, this is not going to be your regular old celebrity match. It's not going to be Johnny Knoxville, you know, which they made that stuff work. But it's going to be different. You know, the guy's still, you know, getting in shape, you know, hitting them ropes. You know, the funniest thing he said was if he was to take his shirt off, he would say you would be appalled. He said not only by all the loose skin, but he said just
bruises.
All them bruises from hitting the ropes. And they, you know, that's when Pat McAfee came in talking about. And that hitting the ropes is brutal, dog.
Yeah.
You know, I'd love to have those bruises, dog. You know, I'd love to be able to
got to callous up to that stuff, just like taking them bumps on that mat. Like, a lot of people still don't realize there's plywood under there, dog.
Oh, bro, it's not a trampoline.
Yeah. Folks,
you know, like people saying, oh, it's a mat. It doesn't hurt. It's 2x4s lined up 20 by 20. You know what I'm saying? With a small mat on the top of that. And that's it. That's it. You know, this is the toughest sport there is. There's no off season. You know, the only thing is you just know who's going to win and who ain't. They know before the coin toss. You know,
we don't know that. Yeah,
they know that.
Right.
They know before the coin toss. We don't know. You know, but that's the only difference. It's the only difference. They're stuntmen with one take. One take. You know, so you can do all that botchamania and talk about botches, this and that. But everybody that talks about the botch, they couldn't do. You can't do it. You know, keep your mouth shut.
Plus them folks are not the main problem, though. Them folks are wrestling fans anyway. They just being technical or whatever. The people we're talking about is the people that be like, how can you watch that fake stuff? But you ask them what their favorite movie, and they'll tell you it's Fast and the Furious, and you're like, okay, so them cars flying from the airplane, and they land in parachutes and land on the damn road, driving alongside the mountain, and they driving to catch the bad guys. Like, that's not real.
Right. And they all knew they were going to catch them before it happened.
Yeah.
Right. And your favorite actors aren't doing a lot of those stunts. Just so you know.
No, they're not. Everybody not Tom Cruise.
Very few can pull that off. Yeah, Tom Cruise is a lunatic, dog. He's crazy.
Right. Well, that's why I had to mention to you.
But that's them artists for you. You know what I'm saying? That them artists are crazy. You know, and but I mean the stuff that he does, that Mission Impossible stuff. I mean, think about Sylvester Stallone, dog.
Hey, right. Good one.
About Stone Cold done put him in the hospital. Dolph Lundgren put him in the hospital. Stone Cold broke his neck. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
I mean, he had to finish the Expendables with a broken freaking neck.
Well, you know, even back in the Rockies, like the original Rocky, they said when he was I think it was when they were filming Rocky too, and it was like when he was in the ring with Apollo, you know, for their rematch, as far as the series, they said they had some moments where it was like it got really serious in there.
Yeah,
You
they
know, when they
said
were filming.
I can't remember what shot it is, but when they're hitting after the bell and everybody's running to
Yeah,
break them up, like
yeah.
they left that
They
in there
said that
because
was
it
real.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
absolutely. But yeah, man, but Apollo Creed, man, he was put together, dog.
Action
He
Jackson.
looked, man, he looked like yeah. Yeah, and Stallone said he wished if he could do it, he would have never killed him off.
Yeah,
But then, you know
yeah,
what I'm saying? He said he was a bad mistake he made.
yeah, yeah.
But that's why I love Rocky 3, man, when they come together and they train him and stuff. So 3 might be my
Absolutely.
favorite. Yeah, 3 might
It
be my
is my
favorite.
favorite. It is
Yeah,
my favorite. I thought it was a
yeah,
good blend between the new and the old, as far as that
yeah,
era. Because it was
yeah,
definitely 80s. Like it
yeah,
was 80s, you know, with the music and all that. But yet they still kept the story and came full circle, like you said, with the rivals joining together to beat the new villain. You know,
right. The enemy of my enemy is my friend. Yeah,
right, right,
yeah. They must say, I don't need no has been in my corner.
right.
Hey, man, Mr. T played that to a T. I mean,
Absolutely.
he played that role amazingly, you know. And, Goldberg really wants to be mad. If you want to blame somebody for them putting time limits on speeches, blame Mr. T. Because he's still somewhere talking about his mom and when he went to the Hall
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
when I
yeah. That
that's
was.
when I think of and of course I'm sure you've seen the video when about Triple H when he was out there and they were telling him to tell Flair to wrap it up. They would pull him to the side, like, how much longer has he got? And he's like, I don't know. He's still talking about the 80s. And the
Talk
people
about
were booing,
star.
Triple H every time he went up there to tell Nate, you got to wrap it up. You know what I'm saying? But oh man, too funny, too funny. Well, we got yeah, man, really looking forward to SummerSlam, and we'll get more into that next week when we do our preview like we do of every PLE that we do or big time event, and we'll give our predictions or whatnot. And we're just gonna see where this wrestling thing goes, man. It's a lot of different avenues they can take along with this injury. So with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns coming back, and still be on the lookout for the bloodline to come back together and do something against Solo and his crew, because Jacob and Big Jim, they still outnumbered, especially to see where Tama Tonga, when he comes back, so see if they can get a little help from the tribal chief or if anybody new comes along. And yeah, man, SummerSlam is the biggest party at the end of the summer. And before you know it, it'll be cold and it'll be Royal Rumble before you know it. So good thing about having a wrestling podcast is there's no off season for wrestling. It's gonna be there every week, and whether your favorite superstar is there or not. So, but
Absolutely.
yeah, man. We just wanted to come out here and talk a little, shoot a little shit, talk about what's going on, and hopefully the last time we've done this will be our last Goldberg episode. and we can go ahead and sweep him under the rug and keep moving forward. But to answer your question, man, you definitely put him in the box with the Bret Hart and all that. I know we kind of got sidetracked, but these older guys that aren't part of the business, and you know, the older they get, the bitter they get. They don't like change. They don't like how the way things go, and it's always about when I did it, you know, and especially the guys that are really marks for themselves. So you guys, man, relax and enjoy the product like the rest of us, and quit being little babies. You know what I'm saying? Quit being babies. Goldberg, you got what you got. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. Company really showed out for him, man. I know we keep bringing it up, but I just think it's so selfish and so ungrateful that somebody with a career not really that long, if you think about it, if you put it all the time together, it's less than a 10-year career as far as a career, you know, and you weren't, you know, you did some amazing things. You were part of some amazing storylines. You're a Hall of Famer, you know, but you're not The Undertaker. You're not HBK, you know, and you're on nobody's Rushmore but your own. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, sit back, praise the company, because at the end of the day, it's WWE. You're going to need them before they need you.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? And that's just the way it goes. So, you know,
they help him keep his name relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so burn that bridge if you want to. You know what I'm saying? Burn it if you want to, man. Burn it down. That way we ain't got to watch you no more. But hey man, it's been welcome to wrestling, man. As is, welcome and always. We appreciate y'all. And again, we'll be back next week with a SummerSlam preview. Like, comment. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Love y'all.
Welcome to Wrasslin, Chetty Bobby. Welcome to Wrasslin with Big E and the PODCAST, tag champs of the whole world, slamming like a DDT. Got it like just like a figure four. Hulk Hogan, all they do is flex. Talking wrestling while they get the dough. Off the top like a superplex. Think they letting up? Hell no. Dusty Rose with the elbow. From the corner like a stinging splash straight to the face. I know you felt those. Hey, y'all crying out for help though. Rising up like a dead man. About to go upside your head like Stone Cold with the bedpan. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me. Bottom line, if you want the facts, welcome to wrestling where you need to be. Chetty Bobby, this show improved like John Cena, you ain't seeing me.